Some more news about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Now, I have said very recently in the past that this game is dead on arrival because of the fact that they are basically changing the game from a RPG where you get to make your own character, you get experience for doing certain things, and you're able to build a character out however you'd like, and that character can be whoever you like. It is now changed into you're locked into one character. Her name is Fire, apparently. She has a voice in her head named Fabian, and it's now like an action adventure game. And you're unlocking stuff by, I would imagine, milestones in the story that give you a new power that allow you to, sneak more effectively. And that's it. All right, so you've now completely gone away from the idea of a RPG where in which you as the player have an enormous amount of agency over the character you're playing and how you're playing them to an action adventure game where you're playing a different class. Yeah, I don't want to play Diablo first person. I want to play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, where I get to play as a vampire that I make, that I interact with, that I choose how they play, what they want to do, how they approach every situation. Unfortunately, maybe I'm wrong, but unfortunately, it seems like it's going towards the mass market appeal of, an action adventure game where you're getting locked into a much more linear storyline, and it doesn't look to be good. But let's watch this video from Slandered Gaming about apparently additional changes that might be coming soon. It could be that they're talking about the clans, and Refunds announced does not sound good. It sounds like the new changes that they've announced are pissing a lot of people off. I know it did me. And if I had pre-ordered this game, I would be refunding it. I would absolutely be refunding it immediately.
Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. This is going to be a quick video, but I feel like a lot of you have this subject on your mind, and so I wanted to go ahead and put something out. Developer The Chinese Room announced today that they are going to refund pre-orders for the premium edition of Vampire the Masquerade.
Okay, so I'm guessing the premium edition refunds are because they're locking certain clans behind like DLC, paid day one DLC stuff. Now, again, I question why would they even have clans? If you're playing as one character, you're playing as Fire? Why does she have a choice of different clans? It made sense when, the original game story came out 5 years ago, I guess, where it said, hey, you will be, you're embraced. You're a normal human, you're embraced, and you're embraced in a mass embrace. You are then a thin blood. And for a little while, you have very few powers. There are all the sort of like universal blood buff powers or whatever that every vampire has. And then you get to decide what clan you would like to be inducted into, probably by a diablerizing an elder. And I'm thinking maybe they could have something like that. Like if Fire is a character that you diablerize and then like relive some of their memories, that's okay. I'm all right with that. That's a good way to get around it, and then it does give you some backstory, and it allows you to decide what clan they are, because it's not a character that you're playing. Because like in Vampire the Masquerade, you can't choose your clan. You're born into your clan. You're embraced into your clan. That's it. It's a done story. Okay, that's it. That's over. And the clan is actually like a serious, significant part of the game. It defines your weaknesses. It also defines your disciplines to a degree. And in the actual tabletop, you can get other disciplines by drinking the blood of other clans, and then you're able to learn and skill into their disciplines. But in the game, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, you didn't have any of those options. So I really question why they even have clans. If they're going down this route of your character's already extant, your character already has a backstory, they're an elder, they're, all this kind of stuff. In the lore of the game, it does not make sense. Maybe they'll write something into it, but I'll be honest, I don't care if they write something into it. It's against the rules of the world.
Bloodlines 2. So to give you all a little bit of backstory in case you didn't know, a couple of weeks ago a trailer was released that announced pre-orders would be available, and part of the information they showed was that there are 2 additional clans for the game that were going to be locked behind the premium edition, which cost $30 more, and those 2 clans were going to be Toreador and La Sombra. A lot of people felt like this was very, very insulting, and
yeah, I mean it's an insane cash grab to be doing that, especially because it's already in the game, it's already there, it already exists, and realistically it's literally just like a class change where it's like, okay, like it's insane, especially for $30. It's bananas.
that it was disrespectful to the fans. I'm absolutely one of the people on that list. Toreador is one of the original Vampire the Masquerade clans, by far, in my opinion, the most popular one as well. So
I don't know about that.
To put it behind a paywall just felt very greedy and egregious, and I said so in my video. Seems like there's been a lot of backlash over this decision, and so now the Chinese room along with Paradox is trying to figure out what is the best way to deal with the situation. So they put out an announcement today saying,
okay, again, I'm like, so I'm seeing in this new trailer stuff that he's showing here, I'm seeing like some character creation stuff. Why is there character creation stuff? They said you're playing as this person. You're playing as Fire. This is your character. Why is there character creation? It's just aesthetic. I'm like, yeah, like I don't want just a pure aesthetic difference. I don't want her to be like, oh yeah, she wears glasses. This is my own character. It's like, no. It's not your own character. You don't get to choose who this character is.
hi, we're making adjustments and we'll share the details on September 17th. Big changes take time and we want to do this right. PS Store pre-orders will be refunded on September 8th. You'll be able to pre-order the game again before launch on October 21st. Thanks for your patience, and we'll share more soon. So it looks like they're definitely trying to figure out how to roll this back. And
I'm curious. I mean, I'm guessing all of this new footage is Gamescom footage, as opposed to looking at, like, you know, the stuff that they released again 5 years ago when the plan for the game was completely different. I'm assuming all of this stuff is new. This stuff makes me like think, all right, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm overreacting, and I hope I am. I hope this game's good. I want to play this game. But if it's going in the actual direction that it looks like it is, I'm probably not going to play it. I'm not going to hate play this game.
we're not going to get specific information until September 17th, but whatever they're going to do, it must be substantial because they're already offering refunds. So I definitely think this is a step in the right direction. Hopefully they provide some sort of solution.
Okay, so like this is another thing. I'm just like looking at the gameplay here. The fact that you've got this like super fast-paced, you know, beat 'em up, fight 'em up, this kind of stuff, and then you've got like a feed action. It's like it's an FPS. It's like they're taking like Doom gameplay, where it's like, yeah, okay, you know, you're weakening your enemy, and then you're regaining your health by doing like a feed action, you know, like a glory kill or whatever they're called in Doom. I'm like, bro, it's supposed to be an RPG.
Solution that comes off as much more fair to fans. I'm not necessarily expecting them to offer both clans for free. Many people have come onto my channel and reminded me how Paradox does things, that day one DLC is pretty much part of their business strategy.
And that is the thing that also concerns me about this game, is that Paradox is involved. Paradox is very much a, you know, profit-driven company as opposed to a art entertainment-driven company. And, you know, the profit comes after. We make a good, fun experience. People will buy it. They are looking at it from the opposite perspective of like, how can we appeal to the most people? And if that means that we have to water down our product, if we have to take out some things that, are, appealing to a core group of fans that will be rabidly interested in it, but it turns off like a normie who's like 20% likely to buy it, they'll do that because they'll go, there's more normies. There's more normies out there. So if there's 6 normies out there for every one rabid fan, and there's only a 20% chance that, the normie is going to pick this game up, that's you're getting like, 1.2 people to buy this as opposed to one person to buy it. And that's just math, baby. That's more money in my pocket. That makes me think that we are going to get a, modern audience, mass market slop game that's called Vampire the Masquerade's Bloodlines 2.
And that there's probably little reason to believe they would do something different with this game. So maybe that's the case, but I for damn sure am hoping they get as close to free as possible, because I think this paid day one DLC is absolutely atrocious. And once again, to have Toreador as one of the clans locked behind this premium edition is especially just not right as far as I'm concerned. So hopefully they go in a very, very different direction and fans feel more comfortable supporting the game. I gotta admit, I was really, really impressed with that Ventru trailer, and I'm looking forward to the other clan trailers that are supposed to be coming out down.
Here's the other side of this. They released clan trailers like 5 years ago. They had that stuff opened up. Now, obviously, this is way closer to release, so they can't change this stuff. But I am just like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around, why are there clans? Maybe there was some lore drop that I missed, but I'm like, how does this square with the story? It just doesn't make sense to me. And I mean, I saw some text that says you are fire. So I'm like, okay, you are playing as this one character. You don't get to choose who they are. Maybe it's just like, it's like V in Cyberpunk, where it's like they just wanted to record, a character talking to you, so they needed a name. Okay, maybe. I'm not as interested in that as I would be in a newly embraced neophyte vampire.
On the line, it's returned some of my excitement regarding the game. The Ventru stuff looked really, really cool. My favorite clan has always been Tremere, and hopefully when their stuff is revealed on September 10th, it'll feel compelling enough that I might decide to go that route. Anyway, didn't want to make this video long, wanted to make sure you all know when we can expect more information regarding the day one DLC, and that some of you are already going to start getting refunds. I don't understand why the PlayStation Store is getting refunds, but they don't mention any other avenues with which you could have used to purchase the premium edition. But I assume part of what they're planning to do is provide refunds to people who purchase the premium edition in a different way. Of course, we won't know for sure until September 17th. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you all enjoy.
Yeah, so I mean, I will say Tremere's nice. Ventru's better. Ventru's clearly the best, obviously. That's why they went first. These people know what they're talking about. Ventru's the top clan. I do like Tremere. Tremere's like my second favorite clan. But yeah, Toreador for me was always just like, it's the most meh. It's the least like interesting. In terms of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, it was always the least interesting. Yeah, it's the least interesting clan to me. Like Malkavian's cooler, Nosferatu's more interesting. Ventru and Tremere are both like the two that are both kind of like most grounded, like understandable. But they each play very differently, and they have different cool stuff going on with them. Yeah, Toreador always felt like the most basic kind of choice. So I'm like, I don't care that Toreador is locked behind this DLC. Obviously, the notion of the DLC being clans locked behind it is insane. That's ridiculous. That's such an insane money grab. You're not adding any extra content, but you're saying, yeah, For the full game, I'd like to pay, again, I'd like to pay, 150% of the base game to play the game as it was, intended. That's ridiculous. That's completely insane. It requires no extra work to do, so it's disgusting. And the fact that they even like shopped that around as an idea does make me think that this game does not look good. And I do still legitimately at this point, I am not excited for this game. I'm not. Um, Maybe more stuff down the line will change my mind. Obviously, there's also the fact that, there's a mod community. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines has a huge mod community and has for the entirety of its lifespan. So maybe they'll fix everything. Maybe they can fix everything and we'll be okay. But until that happens, I mean, this is looking like a Cyberpunk 2077 deal to me. So I'm guessing the game's gonna, if it's ever good, it's gonna suck at launch. So I'm not pre-ordering it. I'm not. It's not gonna happen. But I don't know. What do you think about this game? Do you care about it at all? The DLC is crazy, right? Though, right? You agree with that? Yeah. Good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I'll say farewell for now.